everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Today we are at Brussels Four Winds Wedding and Event Barn, and we're talking to Caitlin, their venue manager.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Thanks for having us out today.
No problem. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah. So we just wanted to come out and talk to you a little bit about the venue and what you have to offer to brides and grooms. I know Steph had some questions because she's a planner, so she thinks ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to know simple things like what's your capacity and what do you offer with packages and things like that.
Okay. Yeah, so our building capacity is 200. That does need to include the caterer and their staff along with our bartenders. So we usually say it's about 190, 185, depending on how many staff your caterer is bringing with them.
Okay.
If it is a larger wedding, some caterers will bring like 10 people with them. So it's just good to know what they're bringing. So we do rent out the entire building. So it is your building inside and out. We don't rent it out to anyone else during that time. So you get the main level as well as the lower level. The lower level gets used sometimes, not always. Some people put a cocktail hour down there, or in the summer it's very popular for lawn games, even though there's no lawn. So it just keeps people busy. A lot of people like the cocktail hour downstairs because it keeps everyone away from the tables and kind of, as a lot of brides would say, messing up the tables before supper. And then we include all of our tables and chairs. We do have a bunch of decor around that everyone is welcome to use. We have some whiskey barrels, some wagon wheels, some wagons.
That's amazing.
So we try and just everything in the building is yours to take part in. We do the bar, so that is included.
Okay.
So we staff the bartenders. We bring in the alcohol under our liquor license.
Oh, that's
Okay.
nice.
We do the pop, the juice, the ice, and then it's $5 a drink.
Okay.
So we don't have an open bar rate.
Okay.
It is by consumption.
Okay.
Perfect.
A lot of brides are moving away from the open bar and doing more of a cash bar with
Yeah.
tickets.
Yeah.
So that is okay. We welcome whatever bar service you want to do. We have done a split bar where we do an open bar during cocktail hour and then we move to a cash or toonie bar afterwards.
Okay.
So we're trying to be as flexible as we can because we understand that people do want an open bar but also can't put forward that much money because it can be expensive depending on what your guests drink.
Yeah.
If they are heavier drinkers or if they're just light drinkers.
Yeah.
And then with that, we do include the kitchen service. So they're welcome to use all of our appliances, our dinner and dessert plates, our cutlery, and our water glasses.
Oh, yeah.
And we do have wine glasses as well. And then we do currently offer the dishwashing service.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So the caterer doesn't need to do that. A
Nice.
lot of caterers love that.
Yeah.
Because it's one less thing that they have to do. We just don't remove plates from tables.
Okay.
So the caterer is still responsible to remove the plates and get it onto the dumbwaiter down to the ladies in the dishwashing room downstairs.
Okay.
So it's also nice. There's no noise with the dishwashing because it is in the lower level.
Okay.
So
Now, do you have an in-house caterer or do couples bring in their own catering?
couples are welcome to bring in their own caterers. I know that's something people love because if you do have a family friend that is a caterer, you're welcome to bring them in. We've had a father of the bride be the caterer.
Wow.
We allow that. We do have caterers that we trust that actually have keys to our building because they have been here since the beginning. So we have 3 caterers that we welcome everyone to use. They're great prices, and we don't recommend someone that we haven't had their food or dealt with them directly.
Sure.
Fair enough.
And I have a vendor for everything. So if someone needs a florist because they're out of town or a DJ, we have a list of all of that. But they're welcome to bring in anyone they choose.
Amazing.
And that's what's nice. It's flexible.
Yeah, that's amazing.
What's the smallest weddings you've had in here?
The smallest wedding I had was this past December. It was about 60.
Okay.
They did come from out of town, and then because of the weather, they did lose a few guests. That's the thing with any type of weather, you're going to have people that might not be able to come. If it's snow or freezing rain or a downpour, it's always something. But we do accommodate the smaller weddings as well as the larger weddings.
Now, because it's a barn, do you have bathrooms and parking, or do you have to
Yes.
bring in bathrooms?
No, we have, actually, our bathrooms are gorgeous. That's what I love, is that the owner, Brian, didn't didn't just do anything for function. So we don't have metal stalls. They don't look like an arena or a community center bathroom.
Yeah.
They are gorgeous.
Wonderful.
So we do have bathrooms on both levels. So if you are to have your cocktail hour downstairs, there is a washroom downstairs. And then we have an abundance of parking. So we have our large parking lot in front of the building, and then we do have side parking lots.
Yeah.
So there is, like, we've never ran into a problem with
Yeah.
running out of parking.
Yeah.
Great.
It's also nice because you have the separate ceremony and reception space, so
Yeah.
you don't have to like switch,
Yes.
like tear down and kick people out
Yeah.
and switch it.
A lot of people love our
Yeah.
building because it is so large.
Yeah.
You can kind of make it whatever you want. We've had ceremonies in the lower level as well. We've had ceremonies outside. So it's kind of free range. You're
Yeah.
able to do anything like that as long as you respect our spaces.
Yeah.
We don't allow our chairs outside. So if you are having a ceremony outside, a lot of our brides have just brought in hay or straw bales.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
that's what they use for seating. And, they love that they can decide that 2 days before the wedding. It doesn't bother us.
Yeah.
And people have used that ceremony space for something else. We've had someone do like a photo booth up there, their
Oh,
gift
yeah.
tables, their buffet.
Yeah.
So really you can do whatever you want. We've even had people just have a ceremony at a church and come here afterwards.
Okay.
That
wow.
doesn't affect us. It's up to you. We have a set rate, and that's what it would be.
Okay. Speaking of rates, is there a different rate for a Friday or Sunday versus Saturday, or?
So we currently don't offer Friday weddings unless the Saturday bride has opted out of the Friday. So we do allow that Saturday bride to decide if she wants the Friday to set up and rehearse.
Oh, yeah.
They do pay additional for that. And if they choose not to, then we would welcome someone to book that Friday.
Yeah.
We do often Sunday weddings. That's more of our popular thing, especially long weekends, because
Yeah.
it's like a Saturday.
Yeah.
We do $1,000 off for either the Friday or the Sunday wedding. So
Okay.
it is very a long weekend. Those get filled up quite quickly
Those
because
are popular dates.
you're like, it's the same as a Saturday, but I get $1,000 off. Why not?
Yeah.
So that's great for someone who's looking for kind of the budget friendly way.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
For sure.
Any questions from you?
I don't think so. I think I just want to like take a look around.
Yeah. Definitely. So this is Brussels Four Winds Barn and Event Center. So we have this humongous reception area. The beautiful high ceilings I love, and the skylights. And then we have so many little details. These are our tables and chairs. They're our harvest tables and chairs. They are beautiful. Like, no one covers these ever, because the wood on them is gorgeous. The chairs are just beautiful. These are things that people normally would bring into a space that you don't need to. You don't need tablecloths or anything like that. They are beautiful, and people will comment on them. We have our stage, which is great for the wedding party. We normally do a 2-tier wedding party. The bride and groom, maid of honor, best man up on the stage, and then the remaining bridesmaids and groomsmen below. A lot of brides have said that they loved it because they could see everyone rather than sitting the same level as everyone else. You can't really see everyone. We have these great windows that are in this corner. I always tell people to use it because at night it's beautiful. It looks magical. So normally you put tables here and you would have your cake or your dessert table, or we've had candy bars up here. You just use it because it is a beautiful space. All of the lighting is super interesting. It all fits with the agricultural feel of the barn. So he's thought of every little detail that would make it still feel like a barn, but beautiful. So our cafe lighting, our windmills, so a lot of people call them our fans. They are actually windmills. The first windmills, Brian would tell me, were made out of wood. That's one of his hobbies, is windmills. So we have these. They do fully go on and turn. So it's a cute feature that everyone kind of points out and looks in awe. We've recently done a compass into the dance floor, which is super cool. It fits with the 4 winds, and it's something that just is different and sets us apart. This space is not decorated much. Usually people do some drapery, or they bring the whiskey barrels from up in the ceremony space down here. It doesn't need much decorations. It is beautiful, and you just need to bring some flowers and some centerpieces and you're good to go. So this is the ceremony space, and it is quite large. It can fit up to 185 chairs. So it's perfect because you don't normally have that many people. This is where you would come up. So the aisle is running down. The bride and groom would stand up here. We do have 2 whiskey barrels that typically go up front here and then some flowers or something on it. But the space doesn't need much. It's very pretty with the stone and the wood, so not many people would decorate it that much. So it is a beautiful space, and it gets used pretty much every wedding. This is the kitchen, and so it has everything the caterer would need to cook here. So we have every appliance they would need. They can also use this live edge to put food on. A lot of people like it for desserts. That's really popular. This side table is usually used for coffee and the mugs and the tea. And then they have all this cooking space. They have the stoves, the ovens, the convection oven, microwaves, everything they need. So, and then all of our plates are underneath here. So easy for the bride and groom to set up. And then all of our silverware is there as well, all labeled, so super easy. We have the dumbwaiter that takes the dishes downstairs, so that's lovely. We love not having to carry them, so the kitchen is everything that you would need. This is our bar. We do bring in our own bartenders and handle all the liquor, the pop, the juice, the ice. We do have an extensive bar, so we do support local and have 2 cowbell beers, as well as beer that everyone likes. We usually supply about 6 to 8 coolers and have wine, so we kind of hit everyone as well as the hard liquor. And then you're welcome to bring in your own wine. Otherwise, we can bring in wine from Peely Island or any other kind of winery in the area. So you can use that on the tables or have it at the bar, whatever you want. We're gonna take a look outside. That's super popular for photos. Oh, it's nice. So a lot of people do photos right here in front of this big barn door. It is really pretty. You can open it a bit. We've had the bride and groom kind of stand in the middle. You've done some photos here.
Yeah, we actually did a really nice one where we put them down there and we did a really wide angle and got the whole barn.
Oh.
And it looked really gorgeous.
Yeah, so there's many spots around the barn that you can do the photos, either up here, down at the staircase. This is the staircase that actually gets you into the lower levels, so that's nice as well. The stone on the outside is just so pretty,
Yeah, it is pretty.
that it pops in photos because the white dress and your stone and everything like that.
Yeah.
So the wide angle, would look so pretty here
We did it right here.
with the full barn.
Yeah.
And then you have
we
all
did
our...
the back somewhere around over there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you have your big windows, so that's always super pretty. And then in the summer, we fill the windows with window boxes that have these flowers that pool out of them. And so it's really pretty
It's
area.
gorgeous. It's so gorgeous.
But there's endless.
I like down here because I sat the bride and groom sitting in those windows.
In the windows, yeah.
And it looks so pretty.
The windows are gorgeous, and then on the other side of the barn is actually our barn quilt with our compass.
Yeah.
So that's super popular. All your doors do open, so it's nice to get a group shot. You can have everyone standing up there.
Yeah, do agree.
This is the side of the barn that's super popular to do photos. You have your barn quilt and the compass, the large barn doors, and these doors are actually the ones that are sitting behind the head table.
Yeah.
So we've had some couples open the doors and they'll be sitting there at the head table, do a photo in, and see all their guests. So it's an interesting spot. This is all grass in the summer and spring. There's a real cool space in the barn. It's our coat room. Brian actually stoned this in September himself. So it's a nice feature to have. It's a beautiful space, so if you're getting married in the summertime and still want to use it, we've had a lot of people use it for a gift table, or they put the favors in here because it's a beautiful space. The wood floor, the wood ceiling, it has all these special touches that you want to be able to use. So that's why we have some summer brides that are making the gift table in here. So we're gonna head to the lower level. It's a nice big space where you can do a few different things. We normally have a cocktail hour down here, especially in the summer. It's super popular because you can have our side doors open, everyone can wander inside and outside. We don't allow drinks outside, but it allows people to mingle in and out. The beautiful thing about this space is the windows are nice and large, there's stone, there's wood. We have some really cute things like our old fridge. This is actually used for the bar. So that's fitting with the farm feel. Same with our old stove. So things like that are really cute with the space. We've actually had a ceremony in this space. You don't even realize there's a stove here when we've had the ceremony. So it just kind of blends in with the space. And then these are the 2 doors you would have open. And then we do have this other side, which you're welcome to use as well, where we've had some brides cover it and put up some wood so that it's kind of a space that people don't think you forgot to decorate. But otherwise, we have a farmer's market down here every Friday from May to October. It runs from 2 to 6. So it doesn't impede on anything you're doing for setup, but otherwise people have had games in here or their full cocktail hour in here, or you don't have to use it. It's really up to you. That's the beautiful thing about the barn is there's so many spaces and you're not pigeonholed into one space.
Thanks for having us out today.
No problem. I loved showing you guys the barn, and if anyone wants a tour, we're always open for that. I do tours during the day, at night, on weekends, whatever we have available, we'd love to get people in. So if you want to come check out the barn and are not even engaged yet and just want to check it out, that's fine with us. Just give us a call or send us an email.
Okay. Are we done?
I guess, yeah.
I feel like I kind of ended it.
I was like, I don't know how to end it. I was like, I don't know how to end it after that.